Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow. And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. And this includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first and or last time, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, and here in my office, it is Sunday, April 19th, the 454th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Let us not forget how we got here. It's 70 degrees, no humidity, and a little halo of a glow on my forehead. That's right. See all that baldness right there? Grass don't grow on a busy street, they tell you. That's right. Always thinking, or something close to it. But on the other side of this wall right here, on the other side, just 9 inches away, it is 46 degrees, 100% humidity. That's right. It is raining. It is raining like a mofo. And if you've ever seen a mofo rain, ain't no rain like a mofo rain, because a mofo rain don't stop. That's right. That's right. So it is officially tick season, brothers and sisters. And if you get a tick, you have to remove it. Okay? And remove it properly. You cannot pray it away. A lot of people think because they prayed and then the tick went away, that their prayer was answered. That's not what happened. What happened was that motherfucker got full and he just let go. He says, I had enough of this blood. I'm gone somewhere else. That's it. The prayer didn't work. The tick just worked on your blood until it got full. Okay. And you can call me if you want to, but this is one time I will not be coming over to remove your tick. Okay. Once is enough. Once is enough. And I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Because right now, I want to welcome everybody to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. People have also called me the Racy Reverend, the Pervert Pastor, the Vile Vulgar Vicar of Vice, the Sexy Shepherd, the Missionary Man, the Minister of Mischief, the Dirty Deacon of Doggy Style, the Freaky Frisky Friar, the Ass Man Abbot, the Colored Cleric, the Booty Banging Brother. That's right. The Handsy High Priest, the Shameless Shaman, Father Fistmas, the Wicked I Like to Watch Witness, the Holy Ho, the Divine Dominating Dominee, the Depraved Preacher, the Tickle Me Theologian, the Minister of Making Love, the Clergy of Cunning Conversation While Eating Pussy, and that nasty N-word. And the point is that I come by many names and by many methods, but I do not come easy. No. So, brothers and sisters, let us begin as we always begin. I mean, from the very beginning, when we began this way, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah? Yeah! And welcome back to our people behind the scenes. They were sorely missed. It's going to cut down on my errors dramatically, and geometrically and geographically. So I've had a number of little, not that many, not as many as you'd expect, because, you know, but enough. Okay, it's time for our opening prayers. And this is the last time that I'm going to do Tantally as our sponsor, because I don't think Tantally actually knows who I am. I'm gonna look for a real legit sponsor, someone that I use maybe I'm hoping excitement video, because that's where all the sex toys that we have here for Blessings and Blasphemy, we got from just about all of the sex that we got from Excitement Adult toy stores video, just about all of them. I can't think of, and I'm saying about because I don't think of there, because there's other parts, not all of it. Then we go to like there's like a Play It Again Sports to get some of the parts for the and we go to we used to go to Party City, but the Party City around here, the party's over. They closed the doors. They gone. They gone. They gone. All right. So if you need an opening, Tantaley for now has your opening needs. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, forget the fact that I haven't checked my email for a week or two. To forget that. I apologize. That's on me. Nobody stopped me from opening it up and checking. Nobody. As a matter of fact, I will open and check it a little bit later in the show. But nobody stopped me. I was busy and I forgot. I had a lot of shit to do. And I'll tell you about some of the shit I had to do a little bit later, if there's time. We got a lot of dead people today, people. A lot of dead people. Okay, so if you want to send me a request for a prayer, and good morning, Brother Kev. Fuck yeah. Brother Kev has been busy today. He's been sending us artwork for our gallery and our art show. We didn't mention we're having a charity art show, and that people can actually bid on the art. We'll talk about that a little bit later as soon as we think of material for it. But please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Otherwise, that other Jelly Roll, not me, will get their hands on your request. And you don't want their hands on your request. If somebody's touching your request, it should be by consent and someone you know. Just saying. Now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when you want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. That's right. So brothers and sisters, please bow your head unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes. That's right. Close your eyes and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. But do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has control. Full control, not just the steering wheel and not just the gas, but the brakes as well. Because otherwise you could hit something, airbag go off, and your ass will swell. So be careful out there. So brothers and sisters, dear Lord, please bless Brother John Nolan. John Nolan, the uncle of filmmakers Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan, who starred in 2 Batman films and the CBS series Person of Interest, has died. He was 87. His cause of death is SUDS. That's right, sudden undisclosed disease syndrome. That's right. The prolific actor appeared in 4 of Chris Nolan's films, including a role as the policeman in his nephew's debut feature Following. Nolan portrayed an M16 agent, John Greer, in his nephew Jonathan Nolan's Person of Interest. John Nolan also played Wayne Enterprises board member Douglas Fredericks in 2005 Batman Begins and 2012's The Dark Knight Rises, and appeared in a cameo as a blind man in 2017's Dunkirk. Okay, we don't know what caused his death, but we do know how he earned his living. Nepotism. Rest in peace, John. I hope your nephews had less to do with your death than they had to do with your living. Can I get a nephew like Christopher Nolan? I'd love to have me a few cameos in a few Batman films. That's right. Shoot, I'd take a cameo in a Batgirl film. I'd take a cameo in a batshit crazy film. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Browning Nagel. Browning Nagel, former New York Jets quarterback, has died. He was 57. His cause of death was colon cancer. Nagel was selected number 34 overall by the Jets in 1991 NFL draft directly after Pro Football Hall of Famer Brett Favre. What a difference a draft pick makes. Now, being a quarterback, he was white and not brown as his name indicates. There was no browning except for his career kind of browned out, you know. He played 3 seasons with New York and was the team's week 1 starter in 1992. He went 3-10 that campaign with 2,280 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, after which he sat behind Boomer Esiason during the 93 season. And the reason why they called him Boomer was not because of his arm. If you sat behind him, it's because you did something wrong. Nagel had a career in medical sales after his NFL career was over. I hope he got a discount on any medical equipment or treatment that he received. Otherwise, that's 2 careers that got wasted. Rest in peace, Browning. You were picked 1 spot behind Brett Favre, but finished much further. At least you didn't steal welfare money. Can I get a, yeah, Brett did that? Dear Lord, please bless brother Phil Garner. Phil Garner, the Pittsburgh Pirates infielder, has died. Former Pittsburgh, because if he was still an infielder, he was 76. So obviously he was not still an infielder at 76. So former, and I apologize if I misled you to think that they set some kind of record with a 76-year-old infielder. His cause of death was pancreatic cancer. Garner was a World Series champion with the Pirates in 1979 and brought the Astros franchise their first pennant as a manager. While his batting average was .260, his on-base percentage was .323. I think that means that 1/3 of the time he got on base, he was walked. Now, I don't know a lot about baseball, but why would you walk a .260 hitter, especially one who struck out half of the time that he was at bat? It doesn't make sense. You know, sorry about that. The only thing I know about baseball is that I don't give a shit about baseball. I apologize for those of you who love baseball. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no baseball fan. Garner's baseball career spanned over 5 decades, during which he played 16 seasons in Major League Baseball with the A's, Pirates, Astros, Dodgers, and Giants, and also managed the Brewers, Tigers, and Astros. He must have really loved baseball. Otherwise, he'd have died from boredom long before the cancer went pancreatic. Rest in peace, Phil. I don't know who you paid to get him in my prayers, but I want my cut because I get a little something. That's right. I'm sorry. Can I get a little something? Good morning, son. Good morning, Ann. That's right. Good morning, Ann, California. That's right. Saints and sinners, beware, but be here. That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Asha Bose. Asha Bose, one of India's most versatile Bollywood singers, has died. She was 92. Her cause of death was multiple organ failure, medically known as multiple organ dysfunction syndrome, or MODS, to be cute. That's right. Like they were a member of the Mod Squad. Name, Hayes. First name, Lincoln. Sorry, you have to be of a certain age to know what the hell I did there. And of a certain state of mind. You have to be that age and have the memory. Otherwise, you're just old. Asha Bose was one of the most celebrated singers of India cinema. In her career spanning 8 decades, damn. Okay, she was that many. The singer lent her magical voice to many chartbuster songs. She was even the first ever Indian singer to be nominated for Grammy Awards in 1997, and she was nominated for her second in 2006. And no, she wasn't going to win that one either. She didn't sing American. She sang Hindu or something. While Asha Bose holds the Guinness World Record for the most recorded artist in music history with over 11,000 songs across more than 20 languages. Damn, maybe she could sing American. Her Grammy nominations cement her legacy as a global cultural icon. These nominations highlight not only her vocal excellence, but also her ability to bridge Indian music with international musical landscapes. She was building bridges, but no one was going to drive on a bridge built by a woman. Sexist bastards. She began her singing career at age 12, entered an abusive marriage at 16, and after her husband, 20 years her senior, kicked her out because she could no longer take a punch without complaining, she became the single mom of 3 kids. That's right. Are we sure that she wasn't a country singer? That sounds like a country. Started singing at 12, got married at 16, got beat up by my husband, got kicked out with the kids. That's a country song. I don't care what country you live in, that's a country song. Rest in peace, Asha. This is where I get dinged for my Hindu accent. Can I get someone to mute? There we go. So I had to get it out of me, but I wasn't going to get dinged for conduct unbecoming a minister because I did an accent. Good Lord. Dear Lord, please bless brother Sid Croft. Sid Croft, puppeteer, producer, self-described artist and dreamer, who with his brother Marty made a wonderland of Saturday morning television through the 1970s. He has died. Wonderland. Ooh, okay. He was 96. His cause of death was natural causes. He died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by Witchy Poo, Freddie the Flute, and dozens of his friends that he was reunited with once the hallucinations returned. Their left field shared fantasies, yeah, there's a nice way of putting it. Their left field shared fantasies included H.R. Puffin Stuff, Magical Island with a dragon for a mayor, Lidsville, and anthropomorphic hats, the Bugaloos, a British pop band resembling insects, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, human children befriend a mild-mannered sea creature, and Land of the Lost, a family trapped in a reality inhabited by dinosaurs and monsters. The Crofts did more to promote productive drug use than all of the rock stars combined, and they did it without dying at 27. Come on, Puffin Stuff. Puffin Stuff, that's right. Rest in peace, Sid. You created must-see Stone TV. Can I get a HR Puffin Stuff, your friend when things get rough. HR Puffin Stuff, can't do a little because you can't stuff puff enough. Yeah. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Joy Harmon. Joy Harmon, American actress, has died. She was 87. Her cause of death was pneumonia. Although she was best known for her 3-minute car wash scene in Cool Hand Luke, where she played Lucille, and with a wet, soapy sponge, she also made appearances in shows like Gidget, Bewitched, Batman, and The Monkees. Rest in peace, Joy. Your 3 minutes on screen was all that a lot of teens needed. Can I get a sponge bath? Dear Lord, please bless Sister Moya Brennan. Moya Brennan, the musician and songwriter who played the harp with the Grammy Award-winning Celtic fusion pioneers Clanad. I'm assuming it's Clanad, like clan, ad, like a gonad, but with a clan full of them, has died. She was 73. Her cause of death was pulmonary fibrosis. That's a fibrosis of the pulmonary. Enya, I knew I wasn't going to get through this without mentioning Moya's sister Enya. So there, I did it. Enya. Moya Brennan was Celtic royalty. The mourners at her funeral included all the members of YouTube: Bono, The Edge, Adam, and Larry. Daniel Daniel O'Donnell and his wife Magella, as well as Andrea Corr from the Corrs. Moya's sister Enya, who lives a notoriously private life, also attended the service. Well, isn't that sweet? Enya took time out of her busy recluse schedule to attend her sister's funeral. Well, la-di-fucking-da. Ireland's president, Kathleen Connolly, and Taoiseach, that's how it's pronounced, Taoiseach, which is basically president or prime minister, Michael Martin, were represented at the service at St. Patrick's Church in Meanawheel, Crawley, in the Irish-speaking Gweedore area. Well, la-di-fucking-da. Rest in peace, Moya. I didn't want to harp on the fact that you were in your sister. Your passing has left us Caribbean blue. Can I get 2 sisters? And I have a couple of honorable mentions here. Not a lot. I'm not going to be very long. Like I said, we got a lot of dead people this week. Too many for one show. So we just squeezed them in as best we could. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Nadia Faris. French film actress Nadia Faris has died. She was 57. Nadia Faris died 1 week after she was found unconscious in a swimming pool in Paris. Her cause of death was a heart attack that she suffered while in a medically induced coma. Now, they don't say where the pool was, or who the pool belonged to, or even if the pool was filled with water. That's it. She died of a heart attack after being found in a pool. That's it. That's all I got. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Richard Donat. Richard Donat, best known to Star Wars fans as the voice of Deej in the 1980s animated series Ewoks, has died. He was 84. His cause of death is SUDS, sudden undisclosed disease syndrome. He was surrounded by longtime partner Maggie Thomas and his sons Owen and Morgan, and I would start the investigation there. Dear Lord, please bless Brother John Fitzgerald. John Fitzgerald, the former starting center for the Dallas Cowboys for most of the 1970s, has died. He was 77. His cause of death was also SUDS, sudden undisclosed disease syndrome. Fitzgerald played for 11 years for the Cowboys, which translates to about 432 kilos of cocaine he snorted. It was that back then, Cowboys were South America's team. I'm trying to. Oh, yes, somebody noticed that Matt is back. I think. Yes, someone has. Yes. All right. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff of Mind Dog TV. They've been through a lot these past few weeks, overcoming and looking death square in the eye, and saying, fuck you, death. I'll come when I'm ready. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Right now, it feels like I'm ready-ish, but not quite ready. It's like a turkey in the oven. And you keep poking it, but it hasn't popped up yet. So it looks, the color could be close, but it ain't popped up, so it ain't done. So Matt ain't popped up yet. They ain't popped up. It's truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they are here wishing they were anywhere and healthier. And we wish he was healthier as well. But that ought to count for something. That's true grit there, Lord. That's true grit. He's staring death in the face and me in the ears, okay? Look, death's got death in his face and me in his ears. Lord have mercy. The man's a fucking saint. Kind of, okay. Taint. Man's a fucking taint. That's as close to saint as we're going to get. But it's close. It's close. It's saint adjacent. The S is right next to the T. That's what I'm saying. Now let's have a little. Oh, let's do that. Yes, I forgot. Well, let's have a little bump for the Lord. Brought to you by Bump in the Bottle. Straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. So, brothers and sisters, grab your bump. Grab your partner by the bump. That's right. This is time. It is time. Matter of fact, I'm going to finish this bump off. Look at that. I'm going to finish the bump. Everybody, finish the bump with me. That's it. We're going to have to, that's good. As a matter of fact, speaking of bumps, next week, we're celebrating a double anniversary. That's right. Before I do that, let me do this. You gotta finish the bump right. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! Yes, indeed. Now, before I go into the sermon, I just want to mention two things real quick. First of all, this week we're in the Roll home and in the Fenderson household. We're celebrating wedding anniversaries. That's right. The Fendersons, GD and his wife, their anniversary is on the 20th, 21st. And my anniversary with my wife, Amona, is on the 23rd. So we're going to combine, since we're close friends, and I mean, we're real close, we're going to just celebrate it on the 26th. That's right. No, 25th. Right. That's what I said. 25th. Right. 26th. It's in my calendar. 26th. Because the 25th, we're going to do a wine stroll. And on the wine stroll, we're going to have to get a refill. See? Because I think the vineyard that produces this has a shop, has a table at the wine sipping stroll. So we'll probably get a bottle of wine right there. That ought to be good, helping out the channel. Now, so we're that's the next week. Woo, Lord, I shouldn't have drank that much wine on top of an empty stomach. I mean, to you, it didn't look like much, but that was like a whole thing. Yeah. So this week, in looking for God in all the wrong places, we're going to kind of continue. We're going to look at the song by Sparks. It's called Good Morning, on their Exotic Creatures of the Deep album, 2008. Now, the reason why we picked this one, even though it does not have a great deal, that's right. And that's how you can tell it's good wine, because the cork is metal and it's reusable. This particular reason why we did this particular song, even though it is not a particularly religious song, we stretched it because the song is about a one-night stand, okay? But in the middle of the song, he thanks God for allowing him to have the one-night stand. And that's the aspect we're kind of like going to look at. And the reason why I know about this song is because a friend of mine's daughter teaches copyright infringement and plagiarism. And so she came across this song and she noticed right away that it resembled a work by G.D. Fenderson that had come out 12 years earlier. Now, G.D. Fenderson, when he first finished his album, Volatile Cocktail, they included a song called Spilt Milk, and the two were real. GD got in trouble for doing the side-by-side comparison on Friday, thinking that he was doing fair use, but he was ill-informed because his friend who does copyright does not do YouTube, and so he fucked up. He fucked up good, but so she was going to use that in her lesson, those two songs. And what it is, it's a classroom. They play the songs, and the classroom discusses both sides, and then they decide if it is indeed plagiarism. Okay, it's a middle school class, believe it or not. It's a middle school class, and to lay the groundwork for the classwork, she has to teach them copyright law and plagiarism and all that other stuff. And so it's a heavy lift for middle schoolers, but it gives their brain some kind of activity, and it also utilizes their connection to social media. See, because this is where we get into a lot of this trouble with the plagiarism and the copyright. It's because of social media. So I think her course is genius. You know, she's getting the kids engaged in something that they're already engaged in. So half her work is done. It's like, see, this is social media, and they're on social media anyway. So now they're paying attention. They're looking for shit for class. You know, they're going to be there, and now they hear her lessons. They're going to like, oh shit, I'm going to listen to music. Oh fuck, I heard that song before, and they go back to another song and say, oh shit, and then they can discuss it in class. I think, Pam, if you're listening, that's it, Pam. I'm sorry, Sam, if you're listening, you're a genius, girl. You're a genius. I'm proud to be your uncle. You're a genius. So, but we're not talking about the plagiarism thing today. Again, look, the chances, look, the odds, there's two different odds here. First of all, there are the odds that I wrote the song, GD wrote that song in like 1992 or 93. Okay. And it took a lot of iterations before they wound up with it. And he has never heard that same melody in the same key. And we're talking from 1992 or 94. He didn't release it until 1996. So the song was like being worked on and refined for like 4 years, so to speak. He took it to the studio in 94. 96 is when the CD was released. So he finished it in the studio in 94, but still nobody heard it until 96. And then the distribution started. And when it came out in 96, he sent out hundreds of copies to radio stations and record labels trying to get a deal, and nothing happened for him. So it was out there. And then he had a radio station, internet radio show called clickhere.com. And all they did was played unsigned bands. And GDE, of course, since it was his station, his music got played every day, several times a day. But so did everybody else, okay? Like I said, he did unsigned bands. He had like maybe 200, 300 artists in his collection of unsigned bands, original music. Okay, and some of them were pretty fucking good. There was one band that, to this day, it was like, the band was called Mr. Underhill. And if you're familiar with your Lord of the Rings lore, you know who Mr. Underhill is. Well, that was the name of their band, and they were good. They were like, what's that name of that? The band that has a bass player named Flea. Green Peppers, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Only their lyrics were so much fucking better. So much better. You know, their lyrics actually had political meaning and social context. Beautiful. I love that band. They should have been signed, but they weren't. Probably because they had a lot of meaning in their lyrics and they just weren't hanging their dick out and flipping it around. So a lot of local artists. So the music was out there. Now, we're not saying they stole it, but like I said, since 1996, only one song sounds like that. with the same key, the same melody, the same weird melody. You know, it's not a standard melody. A lot of bands you could go, okay, that's a 1-4-5 progression, blah 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 blah. This is not that case, you know. So and it was out there a lot. It was because whenever GD did a meme or something, he would use his own music for the meme because he always had issues understanding what was fair use and copyright stuff. So he just said, I'll use my own music. Fuck it. I'll use my own music. So they're like, he has like hundreds of memes out there with his own music in the background. So the opportunity to hear it was there. But probably not in 2008, it would have been the memes because I don't think GD started doing memes and stuff until like 2016, 2017, 2018. So that's 10 years later. But before then, the music was out there. And like I said, it's different enough that you go, oh, yeah. But on the other hand, what are the odds that Sparks would come across that song and go, we got to steal that music. The odds are pretty fucking good, actually. So here are the lyrics. It starts off like this, and I'm not going to do that falsetto that Sparks do. That good morning, who are you? Not doing it because it hurts, and I didn't bring those underwear. So, good morning, who are you? I woke up and saw you. I'm dreaming, still dreaming. My life is now about to have some meaning. Okay, so that's the first verse. He wakes up and he does not know who the person next to him is. Okay, who hasn't been there and who hasn't done that? You know what I'm talking about? That's right. It's like, yeah, I'm dreaming, still dreaming. It's like, so such a good experience. It's like, this can't be real. This can't be real. No. And finally, it says here, my life is about to have my life is now about to have some meaning. So before that, then one night stands or whatever, if he had one night stands, because it doesn't sound like he was real popular. If you go through the rest of the song, he doesn't sound like he had a lot of one night stands. A lot of people want to be with him. I think this is a rare occurrence. So rare that he's like, whoa, he's still here? Damn, I don't know the rules. Okay. And so up until then, he was pretty, his life was pretty meaningless. But then it continues. Good morning. I'm thinking I must have been drinking. Who hasn't been there, done that? And said something clever. It must have been the best line from me ever. Now, the reason why, okay, he goes here. Good morning. I'm thinking I must have been drinking and said something clever. It must have been the best line from me ever. All right. So apparently, he's not used to having success because apparently it must have been the best line for me ever. Because I don't know why you would have, how this happened. I don't know how this happened. And I don't remember how it happened because I must have been drinking and you must have been drinking more. Because I don't understand how you got to be here. I really don't. I can't figure it out. The next line says, thank God for something rare as this. See? So it doesn't happen that often for him. And he's thanking God for it. What surely must have been a holy night of bliss. But he doesn't remember it. So, yeah, it's a holy night of bliss, but I can't remember. I guess. I'm going by the fact that where the clothes are. On a personal note, years ago, when I was a single man, I was at a party and I'd been drinking Goldschlager for the first time. For those of you who do not know what Goldschlager is, it's a drink with little gold flakes in it, okay? I don't know why they had to put little gold flakes in it. And I was drinking on an empty stomach, and they kept promising me food was coming. The thing is, I didn't eat beef or pork, and everything there was beef and pork based. And so I'm like, I went out to get some fast food, which there's a neighborhood center right down the street, and every store was closed. And so we'll get you something that you can eat. We'll get you something that you can eat. So meantime, have a drink. And I drank, and I was on an empty stomach. Next thing I know, I woke up the next morning. I'm in bed, with a stranger, and their dog was walking by. Somebody took my clothes off of me and put them on the dog. The dog is walking around wearing my shirt and my hat. And first I thought I was dreaming when I woke up, seeing a dog wearing my hat and my shirt. My pants didn't fit the dog, okay, just so you know. And somebody went through a lot of trouble to do that. Now I will tell you, the girl was fucking hot. Even in like a drunken stupor, I had good taste. But so I've been there. The only thing I know, and the woman and I hooked up again later. So obviously there was something decent there. Otherwise, she could have just said no, thank you. And we hooked up again 3,000 miles away, like on the West Coast. So there was, like I said, there was a lot of drinking that night. So, but like I said, must have been a holy night of bliss, because the dog was wearing my clothes. And that's what I'm thinking. He goes, surely it must have been a holy night of bliss. No. And then he continues, gratitude for having thought of me. I know your time is tight, and yet you thought of me. Okay. So here he's like, God, now look, I know you're busy. You know, you got wars, famines, floods, death, debt, and who knows what else you're dealing with. I'm not even sure that you're only dealing with this planet. You could be dealing with other planets. I don't know. Don't know what your workload is. But you took time away from it to make sure that I got laid. So I appreciate that. Does anybody out there think that God is involved in people getting laid? I mean, I've seen some really unattractive people get together. But in order for that to happen, there was some kind of miracle taking place. But I'm not saying it's God that's doing it. See, God doesn't always get involved in these little things, especially something like, I think in the good book, what does God say about people just hooking up overnight? God says, I don't know, ask Mary. Okay, so there you will. It's in the good book. Ask Mary about hooking up overnight. So he's thanking God for this, something that God may see. Maybe we don't know that. Okay, this could be a case of do as I say, not as I do. All right, because apparently in the Bible there are places where you're not supposed to hook up unless you're married. But I don't remember anybody having vows between Mary and God, them exchanging vows, unless they left out the wedding scene. Okay, and then who do you swear to? You know, do you just like, to whom God has joined asunder? Is like, to whom I have joined asunder, let no man. And then he gives her up to Joseph. He says, "Oh, here's my kid. You raise her, Joseph." Okay, let me get out of that. I'm gonna get out of that. I'm just saying that he's thanking God, but I don't think God had much to do with this one night stand. But let's continue with the one night stand. And I don't mean there's one night stand, and on the other side of the bed there's another nightstand. So you got two nightstands. Let's make sure that we understand we're talking about hooking up and having sex. That one night stand. I should have made that clear in the beginning, lest people think that we were at a furniture store for the first two verses of this song. Good morning. You woke up, got dressed up, hair messed up. While I fix you breakfast, I hope it's your laugh that is infectious. All right. Sounds like somebody had unprotected sex. All right. Because otherwise you wouldn't be worrying about infections. Although I think that's a good line. I really think that's probably the best line in this whole song. Good morning. You woke up, got dressed up, hair messed up, while I fix you breakfast. I hope it's just your laugh that is infectious. That's a good line. And I think he had that line and said, I got to make it work. What rhymes with infectious? Breakfast. Close enough. That's the best line of this song. Is I hope it's your laugh that's infectious. Because we weren't using protection. And I don't even know your name yet. Good morning. In sorrow, I know that tomorrow you'll be with some winner who's richer, younger, maybe even thinner. So, like I said, you get to, like from the beginning of this one night stand, he was surprised that this person wound up with him anyway. Okay, it's like, whoa, I must have been really drunk and really clever to land you. Because he's thinking something really high. He has really high opinions of this person he just had the one night stand with. But on the other hand, he's also hoping that they're not carrying a disease. So they must have been pretty hot for them to say, okay, I'm gonna do you unprotected, and we'll like gamble on the disease stuff until I sober up and go like, oh, I really hope you didn't have any diseases. So now he's saying, look, I tomorrow you probably be with somebody better, somebody not me, because I don't know how I got you in the first place. So it must have been a miracle. God really must have gotten involved, because there's no way I could have landed you on my own. Now, this is like now as far as the plagiarism part goes, in Spilt Milk, there's a part where G.D. Fenderson sings this, the words would have the same tempo. The words would have, he sings over top of like the French horn line. He mimics the French horn line, goes, and he sings da 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 da, like sings like that. He does the same thing with the bass line. He's singing over in tempo with the bass line, and they're doubling each other. Come on, yeah, come on. Steals the chords, the melody, and then the technique. Oh, come on, baby. All right, I'm sorry. Let's get to the words, because I'm not doing the case here. I'm just doing the words. Rubles in the bank and petrol in the tank of some Mercedes-Benz, who spends and spends and spends on booked up restaurants, 1,000 phony fronts. But will he ever wish you a good morning? Okay. Again, rubles in the bank, petrol in the tank of some Mercedes-Benz. So apparently this person, okay, he's talking about the next person that they could probably wind up with. He's describing he said, okay, what happened? What we happened? I can't explain it. But this is who I think you'll wind up with. Somebody who has money, full tank of gas, a Mercedes-Benz, and they spend all their money on restaurants and being fake. Okay, a slight jab. It says, look, I may have been drunk and I may be a little overweight, but I'm real. Grateful that you fucked me. And then the next line goes, then he's back to the refrain. Thank you, God, for something rare as this. What surely must have been a holy night of bliss. Gratitude for having thought of me. I know your time is tight, and yet you thought of me. Okay. The next verse is, and did I stumble, have a fall, hit my head against a wall? At some point, did we trade vows? Are you just some high-priced service from uptown? Okay, now, did I stumble and have a fall? Is he talking about fall from grace? Or did he just saying, did he like fall? Literally, did I fall and hit my head? I don't know what happened. It's just, at some point, did we trade vows? Like you've heard of people getting married and going to Vegas and getting drunk, getting married, and they have no idea what and why they did. And next thing you know, they go like, I'm married. Or they don't even know they're married until they actually go to get married for real. And it says, no, you're already married. They say, what? What? Dun, 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 dun. What? What? Yeah. So it's like, did I hit my head? Did I get married and not even know it? Are you some high price, or are you just some high price service from uptown? It's like, he doesn't know. Did I spend money for you? there's got to be an explanation for this. I have no idea, but you're way out of my league. So was I like super clever? Were you super drunk? Were you super desperate? Were you getting back at somebody? Or did I just pay money for you? I don't know. I still need answers. I'm still blown away by how good looking you are. Now, this next part is just so fucking stupid. I think they still had like music and they're like, we need more words. More words. So then they just start saying good morning in like different languages. So it goes, good morning, buongiorno, ohio, buenos dias. Hey, where you going? Hey, where you going? Does das vidanya really mean good morning? What the fuck? See, that's okay. The song had some potential, even though it was like lowbrow. But then they go with this shit, this piece, this really the worst. He goes from having one of the best lines. It's like, I hope it's not your laugh I hope it's not only your laugh that's infectious. I hope it's your laugh that's infectious. That great line to this piece of shit verse here. Sorry. I don't mean to sound judgmental, but when people steal music from friends of mine, I get a little upset. Not that they stole it, not that I can prove it, but they stole it. They stole it. I'm saying it now. They stole it. And I like Sparks. I did. I used to love the keyboard player. He actually, I love the way he came off like a one of those mechanical monkeys that played, he did that little thing with his hands. And I thought that was so cute. I thought that was so neat, man. And it was just, I used to like Sparks till he stole from my buddy. You can't steal from my friends. Still, okay. Never mind. Please spare me derision. I'll do my rendition, a lengthy recital of every song with foolish in the title. Okay, so I guess, and this basically, I guess he comes to the conclusion that the person is not going to stay with him. And so he's like, okay, I feel bad. And so it's like when you're break up with someone or you have unrequited love and every song that has something to do with that theme plays and you just go through every song and it's like I'm trying to think. I mean, I've been like that, sure, but I just can't remember any songs that I've been there. I was young. I just can't remember any of the song titles. But he's going for I'm going for every song with foolish in the title, like Why Do Fools Fall in Love or whatever the songs are. Then he ends up the song pretty much the way he starts it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I need you. I need you. Who are you? And that's how it ends. So that was the Good Morning by Sparks from the 2008 album, which I can't remember the name of. Something exotic, something. It's near the top of this, and I can't scroll back. That I had to take that call later. That's the vet calling because we're supposed to take the cat to the vet, and so I'll call to check them out. Maybe that's a reminder. Today's Sunday. It's a reminder to bring the cat tomorrow and to bring a poop sample. That's what that was. So apologize for the phone ringing. I usually have that turned down. Oh, I turned the ringer up. I remember on purpose, so I wouldn't miss a call from my wife. I turned the ringer up. It's usually on vibrate. So that's it for that song. Now, if you want to hear the two songs to see if there's plagiarism involved, you can check out Good Morning by Sparks. There's a video for that. And I don't have the video back up for, something, interview one in the future. We'll finish it up. Spilt Milk. The video for that will be up soon. So that's it. Now, I want to talk about something real quick while I have a few minutes left. We're going to have an auction. We're going to have original artwork auctioned off by one of the renowned artists from New Zealand, Kevin Benson, renowned artist, famous world over. And we have some samples of his artwork. This piece here, I believe that's called Psalm Funk 49. You know, you see me with actually with Wendy. That's Wendy right there. Well, it's a rendition of Wendy. Having Wendy in one hand and the good book in the other. You know, right there. So this original piece of artwork is being auctioned off when you get to the gallery. You can check it out there. And another piece of work, this one is called Seaman on the Mount. The Reverend, apparently they did not give the Reverend 70 virgins. They gave him 4, but that was more than enough. He's not greedy. And you see that looks like a knee there, but that's actually well, let's just say I was happy to see those virgins up there. So check out that. That artwork is beautiful. Another original piece by Kevin. Apparently this is, you see from the side. Let me see if I can do this. See, I have this, but you can't tell. You can't tell. See, you can't look at that. Oh, and you got to have the tablets. You got to have the tablets. So, like this, like that. See, got to be holding the tablets. So that's good work. But that and other artwork will be available at the auction. All the funds raised will be going to helping needy people who feel the need to watch this show. So we thank you, Heavy Kev, for the artwork, and we hope that we raise lots and lots of money from that. Yes, indeed. And thank you, Nicest Guy, for joining us. Thank you. So, brothers and sisters, we have come pretty damn close to the end of the show, and I thank you all of you, every last one of you who've been out there watching and listening and telling your friends. It's great to have you. And it's great to have our behind-the-scenes persons back there. Good. We missed you. So I want to thank all of you who subscribe to my Felicia YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. We're still under 100 people on YouTube and on the Facebook fan page, but I'm told that if I keep producing material, that things could change, but they might not. So thank you all and bless you. I also invite you to check out GD Fenderson on gigsalad.com. Next time you need a comedian to perform at a private event, like he's doing on the 23rd. He's performing at a nursing and rehabilitation center. Yes, indeed. So, brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, and our dog Stop Dropping, I wish you safe travels. And I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Orthodox Time, Mind Dog TV, and everywhere that our word is heard. So, brothers and sisters, let us end this with, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! That's right. Thank you.